What is going on, everybody? Let's get straight into this 2K Universe mode. And we are the night after SummerSlam, and Mr. McMahon is coming out here to make his big announcement regarding why there was no Universal Championship match at SummerSlam. First time us seeing here Mr. McMahon coming down the ramp in Universe mode, I believe. So let's see what the boss has to say. Coming out here instead of sending Shane McMahon out here. As I promised, I'm coming out to address the Universal title situation. As you know, the belt was not defended last night, and I'll give you the reason. It's time to end my creation. SmackDown from now on, Raw will be the only show, and it means we only need one world champion. Starting tonight, we will have a 128-man tournament concluding at Survivor or ending at Survivor Series. I don't know if concluding is the right word. Where the winner will be the undisputed Universal Champion. Past, present, and future will all be part of this history-making tournament. So let the best man win. So here you see a couple guys that were participating in the tournament, and the brackets that you see here are not the final brackets for the next round. These are just guys that advanced. See Tommaso Ciampa Vader advancing there, Nick Miller, Christian, Rick Martel, Dusty Rhodes, Brutus Beefcake, The Miz. So a lot of guys getting eliminated early. Let's see if we spot any. That's some good. That's a good fortune right there. Gargano, Ambrose, McIntyre, and Cena. I think that was Cena. Strowman, Stone Cold, Bray Wyatt, Undertaker, Zack Ryder getting eliminated, Rhino getting eliminated, Big E, the IC champion, former IC champion. Kevin Owens is the current. Jake Roberts and Mankind advancing. Ric Flair coming back after losing to Bobby Roode, who also advances here, along with RVD, DDP, and Booker T. Ric Flair, Batista there, JBL, Cactus Jack. So the three faces of Foley out here. Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, Elias eliminated. Those are some big names here early on. Ultimate Warrior, Carl Anderson, former Intercontinental Champion, Finn Balor as well. Actually, Finn Balor, current Universal Champion, so he was part of the tournament himself. He didn't get a bye or anything. Brock Lesnar, Jey Uso facing off against Jimmy Uso in the first round, got eliminated there. Sting, Xavier Woods. I don't know if Kofi Kingston made it through. Kane got eliminated. Luke Harper and Cesaro, who have both been on a roll, advancing there. Samoa Joe, current WWE Champion, also advancing along with Mr. Perfect, Daniel Bryan, Jeff Hardy. Shane McMahon, Kurt Angle, Steamboat, Eric Young, eliminated. Also Neville. And Goldberg, Typhoon, losing a match against his former teammate. So this is the second round, I believe. Some great matchups there. Luke Harper, Samoa Joe, Daniel Bryan, and I think Mr. Perfect. Big Cass, Bobby Roode. Big Cass, current Money in the Bank holder and United States Champion. Kofi Kingston did make it, by the way. Tyler Breeze made it to the second round. Impressive there. Seth Rollins going up against, or actually I don't know if this are the next round brackets either. Dean Ambrose, Edge, Kurt Angle, Goldberg all advancing. Johnny Gargano eliminated. And here we see Undertaker losing to Bray Wyatt, Sting losing to Xavier Woods, Ric Flair and DDP advancing here. And then we see some more. Tommaso Ciampa also eliminated, so big names here going out early. Drew McIntyre also out. Strowman out. Triple H, Stone Cold, Brock Lesnar, and The Rock. Anybody call 2002? Need their superstars back. So here we see next round here matchups. Let's see a couple of these matches. Why not? Kurt Angle taking on Goldberg. Let's see who gets the big dub here. Kurt Angle setting up his Angle Slam. Goldberg, last time we saw him, he was facing Bobby Roode, and I think it was at Survivor Series, came out losing that, and he loses here again. Kurt Angle advances to the next round. I don't know what the matchups are going to be. I think it might be just, I think the brackets are actually in order now. Dean Ambrose taking on Edge here. Edge, I think, is still your tag team, half of the tag team champions. Hits a spear on Dean Ambrose. Last time we saw Dean Ambrose, he was facing Eddie Guerrero for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. Came up short and He's going to be short once again. Edge advances, and I believe he's going to be facing Kurt Angle at on the next in the next round. Bray Wyatt taking on Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods a little scared of Bray Wyatt, isn't he? Isn't that part of the storyline in WWE? Bray Wyatt just dominating out here. Jinder Mahal coming out here. I don't know why. But what's this? Jinder Mahal. I don't know if he was part of. Oh! Gets clobbered by Bray Wyatt. I don't know if Jinder Mahal is still in the tournament. Maybe they have some beef with each other. But look at this. Jinder Mahal causes the disqualification. Your winner, Bray Wyatt. Xavier Woods eliminated there. Horrible, horrible stuff there by Jinder. And now look at this. Past and present. Doesn't matter. Randy Savage to the top rope. Double X handle to John Cena. Is this going to be it? Randy Savage, one of the few legends that will return here for the tournament, advances here once again, beating John Cena. And now we see the next part of the bracket. This is a whole different side. This is not the same, or this is not the next round yet. This is still the Kurt Angle versus Goldberg round. I don't even know how many rounds we're in. I think this is the third round. Big Cass taking on Bobby Roode, former two-time Universal Champion. Big Cass, can he continue his momentum after holding on to the U.S. Championship for about like 4 months now? 4 or 5 months, depending on what month it is. This is going all the way from SummerSlam to Survivor Series though. So we're going to skip about 2 months of pay-per-views. And we're just going to go straight into Survivor Series. Nick Miller with a spine buster on Batista. Can he get the W here? Nick Miller gonna be a breakout star here. He destroys Batista with his own move, spine buster. And he's gonna continue another weird matchup for whoever advances. Kofi Kingston taking on Rick Martel, another legend. I don't know about legend, but he legend in the terms of he used to be here and now he's not. Kofi Kingston hits the boom drop. And is this going to be it to put out Rick Martel? Bam. It is. Kofi Kingston advances to the next round. A bunch of good surprises here going on to the next round. Kofi Kingston, Nick Miller. Now we see Ric Flair taking on DDP. This might end in a count out. DDP. Oh. Somebody needs to get back in the ring. I think the referee said a count of 8. DP, all but look at this. Ric Flair reverses it, gives him gut wrench, suplex, gets back in the ring at the nick of time. Ric Flair wins and advances to the next round by way of countout. So here you see the next round matchups for that side of the bracket. Big Cass, Nick Miller, Kofi, Ric Flair, Edge, Kurt Angle, and some other people. Oh, Bray Wyatt. And who was the other guy? I don't know. I can't think. Alright. Another side of the bracket. Psycho Sid taking on HBK, former Pals and Justice. This was a Survivor Series match back in 1996, I believe, for the WWE Championship. So now they're in a tournament to determine the undisputed Universal Champion. And Psycho Sid with the chokeslam. Is this going to end the way that Survivor Series match ended, with Psycho Sid going over? Yes, sir. Sid advances to the next round, joining the likes of Ric Flair and Randy Savage as old guys in this tournament. Dusty Rhodes, speaking of old guys, taking on Seth Rollins, the best NWA champion, going up against the best WWE champion of the last 5 years, maybe. AJ Styles was pretty good. Seth Rollins takes out Dusty Rhodes. See you later. Goodbye. And now we see another fat man, Vader. Wait, did Vader pass away? If he did, I apologize. Vader taking on Randy Orton here. Hits the RKO. And it looks like Vader is busted open from that. I don't know how, but he is. Randy Orton is advancing to the next round. Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins. Is that the matchup for the next round? That's going to be a hell of a match. Samoa Joe taking on Luke Harper. Luke Harper has been on a roll as well, beating Strowman and the likes. Samoa Joe, current WWE champion, so he has something to prove here. If he wants to keep going, he needs to take out Luke Harper, the big guy, and he locks in the Coquina clutch, and he's going to make the big man tap out. Samoa Joe, current WWE champion over on SmackDown, who will no longer be WWE champion after this because SmackDown is going to be defunct and Raw will be the only show. Samoa Joe advances, probably going to take on Randy Orton in the next round. Psycho Sid versus Seth Rollins. I think there's still some pretty good names out here in this tournament. Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, Brock Lesnar versus The Rock. I don't know what happened. I didn't get the footage for that. But look at this. Look at this side of the bracket. We have... Oh, here it is. We already know what's happening. Brock Lesnar's going to beat The Rock. This was a former WrestleMania main event. Back at my first WrestleMania for 2K17 Universe mode. The Rock came out on the losing end. Psych, he won. Beat Brock Lesnar. Became world champion. So he's a former Universal champion if you want to say that. 3. Brock Lesnar gets the dub, as we already knew. Advancing to the next round to face this guy, either Daniel Bryan or AJ Styles. Oh, by the way, I was looking at the bracket earlier. Stone Cold and Triple H, Eddie Guerrero versus Finn Balor. Those would be dream matches if there ever were any. You know, Triple H, Stone Cold, AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan has actually happened in real life. AJ Styles hits the phenomenal forearm and takes out Daniel Bryan. AJ will take on Brock Lesnar in the next round. Now to determine, I think, the final leg of the next round. Triple H versus Steve Austin. Eddie Guerrero versus Finn Balor. Bop! Stone Cold Stunner to Triple H. That is all she wrote for him. And yes, winner Steve Austin. Going on to the next round to take on either Finn Balor or Eddie Guerrero. This 128-man tournament has been a blast to watch. And we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. The final... No, wait. There's still like 3 rounds left. Finn Balor. Superplex to Eddie Guerrero. Goes for the cover. Eddie Guerrero, former WWE champion, defending the championship at WrestleMania earlier this year. Finn Balor, current Universal champion, advances to the next round. So maybe the championship won't even change hands. It'll stay with Finn. Alright, here we go. Survivor Series pre-show. We got to get some of these matches out of the way. Psycho Sid versus Seth Rollins. Let's see who advances. God damn, there's a fly in here. Seth Rollins dragging Sid into the middle of the ring. He's going to hit his ripcord. Knee to the face. Referee goes for the cover. Seth Rollins covers Sid, and he gets to win. Rollins advancing to the next round. And they need to do their best to manage their stamina, because this is an all-night tournament, and I think they have like 4 matches to go through if they want to make it all the way to the end. Kurt Angle versus Edge here. Let's see. Edge going for the spear, but he gets reversed into a DDT. Kurt Angle, can he pick up the win? Goes for the cover. Edge is all kinds of hurt. 2, 3, yes. Kurt Angle wins off that reversal. And Edge loses. Kurt Angle advances. Probably will take on Seth Rollins, I think, if my calculations are correct. Finn Balor taking on Steve Austin now, as I mentioned earlier. This is a dream match as well. Can Steve Austin still perform if he wanted to come back? Or is he just too old and been out for way too long? Finn Balor hits the 1916. Or is that just the inverted DDT? Goes for the cover and is going to get the job done. Finn Balor is advancing. Finn Balor is just the workhorse of the WWE. Universal Champion, current Universal Champion. Advancing to the next round. Bray Wyatt versus Randy Savage now. I didn't see this. Oh yeah, Randy Savage was the last guy that I forgot was in the tournament when I was calculating the the brackets for the following rounds. I don't even know what the hell I'm saying anymore. Randy Savage to the top rope. Nice elbow drop right on the chest, neck region of Bray Wyatt. And this goddamn fly is gonna be the death. I'm gonna kill this fly if it's the last thing I do. Randy Savage picks up the win in a convincing fashion against Bray Wyatt. Hits the diving elbow. And yeah, Bray is out. Next up, WWE Champion Samoa Joe. Looking to make a name for himself. Trying to be a champion going all the way through. Maybe Samoa Joe versus Finn Balor at the end of all this. Wait a minute. Yeah, Samoa Joe is WWE Champion, right? Randy Orton, a super RKO though. I'm guessing this match was a tough battle. These guys are bleeding. At least one of them is. I don't know if Samoa Joe is. Referee, he has his hand on the bottom rope, underneath the bottom rope. He doesn't see it. Randy Orton advances. Samoa Joe, final act as WWE Champion, loses to Randy Orton. And now the SmackDown Championship is officially defunct. But it is wrestling, so it could really come back in like 2 years if we wanted to. Brock Lesnar picks up AJ Styles for the F5. Bam. Wham. Thank you, ma'am. See you later. Brock Lesnar advancing to the next round. AJ Styles, better luck next time. We'll see if he gets a... AJ Styles has never been the main world champion. That needs to change. He's been world heavyweight champion, WWE champion, in this universe mode that is, but he's never been the main champion on Raw. He's been the main champion on SmackDown. So let's see if that changes. Jeff Hardy, Big Cass, Nick Miller, Psycho Sid, Seth Rollins. I didn't get to see anybody else, but those are the guys advancing. Nakamura and Jeff Hardy were eliminated earlier. However, they won a mini tournament of people that were eliminated earlier, and they were able to win that said tournament to get into triple threat matches, and then that's how they're back in it. Jeff Hardy versus Seth Rollins, next round. Let's go. This is going to be an incredible match. I think this is the semifinals, if I'm not mistaken. I think we're in the final stages, if you will. Jeff Hardy hitting the whisper in the win on Seth Areno. Seth Rollins is all kinds of hurt. I think I said that earlier. But yes, Jeff Hardy gets the win. Did you see Seth Rollins' torso? It was purple. And I think in WWE 2K, that means that they are injured to no return. I don't know how he was still in the match, even past like the dark red. Nakamura taking on Randy Savage. So Jeff Hardy made good use of his second chance. Can Nakamura do the same? Nakamura was the WWE champion before Samoa Joe won it at SummerSlam. And hits the Kinshasa on Randy Savage. Will he get the win and advance to the next round to take on Jeff Hardy? Goes for the cover. Looks like this is going to be it. Randy Savage, thank you. Come again. So, I think Randy Savage was the last remaining legend in this tournament. Finally gets eliminated, unless you want to count Kurt Angle as a legend, but he's kind of still competing in real WWE. So, look at this. The Demon is coming out to take on Kurt Angle. Finn Balor came out as his regular self to start off the night, but no, sir. He's going to finish it as the Demon. He hits the coup de grace on Kurt Angle, who earlier beat Edge. He's going to take the fall here. Finn Balor, Universal Champion, still continuing on in this 128-man tournament. He's beat the likes of Eddie Guerrero and Stone Cold Steve Austin and now Kurt Angle. Some good victories there. So look at this. Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton, two titans of the WWE. Came in around the same year. Been around for about the same length of time. Probably held the WWE Championship for WWE and Universal Championship the same amount of time. In terms of days, probably not. Defenses. Brock Lesnar hits his triple suplex. Takes Randy Orton to Suplex City. And he's going to take his talents to the next round. that takes his talents to the next round. There were so many T's. What is that? Onomatopoeia? No, no. Onomatopoeia is when you say a lot. Say like so. Like this would be clap or whatever. Isn't that what onomatopoeia is? Whatever. Jeff Hardy taking on Shinsuke Nakamura in what I believe is the semifinals. So 128 man down to 4. Best of the best. Shinsuke Nakamura and Jeff Hardy were eliminated earlier, got a second chance, and were able to make the best out of it, making it all the way to the semifinals. Nakamura here not wasting any time, clotheslining Jeff Hardy straight out of the ring. Nakamura here now going to the middle rope. Jeff Hardy, watch out, Kinshasa. And this might be all she wrote for Jeff Hardy. Remember, these guys have had 2 matches prior to this, and both of these guys were in triple threat matches. Oh, Jeff Hardy kicks out though. Nakamura can't believe it, but he better start believing it and get back on offense. Another Kinshasa. Jeff Hardy down and out. Remember, this was recorded back in, like, I've said this so many times, but in like December, January. So don't say I'm taking WWE's shitty stories and making them my own, because Nakamura and Jeff Hardy are battling it out in real life for the United States Championship. But this was recorded back in February before Nakamura and Jeff Hardy were even a thing on SmackDown. So call me Nostradamus of 2K. I predict the future in real WWE. Next up, Finn Balor taking on Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar glitches out the whole system, but Finn Balor able to get back on top of things. He's gonna hit his inverted DDT. Blop. The same, might have been the same way that he beat Eddie Guerrero. Now he's going to the top rope. Can he hit the coup de grace to defeat Brock Lesnar and advance to the finals to take on Shinsuke Nakamura? Here he is, hooks the leg. Balor makes it all the way to the finals. Universal Champion makes it all the way. Can he become the undisputed Universal Champion though? That's still to be seen. Finn Balor's the Demon, looking to make short work of his opponent. In the next round, Nakamura will have to go through a triple threat match, and Randy Savage and Jeff Hardy earlier. But Finn Balor didn't have an easy way here either. He had to face Steve Austin, Kurt Angle, and Brock Lesnar. There might be somebody else that I'm forgetting, but here we go. For all the marvels, Mr. McMahon has announced that there is only one world champion needed now that Monday Night Raw is going to be the only show. So who will come out on top as the undisputed Universal Champion? Will it be Shinsuke Nakamura? He was the WWE Champion, like I said, before Samoa Joe was the champion. And Finn Balor, who has been Universal Champion, won it back at WrestleMania after defeating Bobby Roode and Chris Jericho in a triple threat match, bringing the title all the way with him here today. Obviously he doesn't have it with him because we are vying for the undisputed one. So this is going to be the actual title belt, not the created version that I have made. Maybe I'll throw in, maybe I will, just to make like the nameplates on the side match their character. But for now, I'll keep the original and actual Universal Championship. And 2K19. Oh, this match should be quicker than a usual Finn Balor versus Nakamura match. Nakamura starting off earlier, couple knees to the gut and the face. 2K19, it will go back as the WWE Championship will be the world title on Raw, not the Universal title. And it'll, flip-flop here and there. Oh, Finn Balor going for an elbow, but he gets reversed. Nakamura moves out of the way. And back on offense goes Nakamura, and then a big boot to Finn Balor there. Excuse me. Checking out my Snapchat here. Don't mind me. You guys can't even tell. If I didn't say anything, you guys wouldn't have noticed. Now, Nakamura here trying to take out Finn Balor with Kinshasa from the middle rope, kind of like he did to Jeff Hardy. But will he actually get the cover here, or the pin, and the win? No, sir. This match continues. Finn Balor sent to the ropes. Nakamura goes underneath, goes over him, and then belly to back to flip, and he destroys Finn Balor in the process. Nakamura kick to the gut. He's going for the Kinshasa. And Finn Balor, I think he kicked out. My bad. I was still watching my Snapchat. Oh, Finn Balor steals his own move. Gets him with the Kinshasa himself. 2, 3, no. Nakamura kicks out. This is still a tremendous match, even though these guys have already had 3 matches earlier tonight. Just tonight, not including the entire tournament. They had like 7 matches to get to this point. Something like that. 128 divided by 2. I don't even know why. I don't even know what I'm trying to do with the math. Coup de grace here coming. Nakamura down. Finn Balor is going to win and retain, actually. Become the undisputed champion. No, sir. Nakamura has something else to say about that. He kicks out once again. And this match continues. Now, what is Finn thinking here? He gets reversed. Nakamura moves out of a splash from outside dive. Now, kick or right hand flips him over. Nakamura feeling it, back on top, back on the offense. Finn Balor, I wouldn't get up if I were you. This would be like the 3rd Kinshasa of the night for Finn Balor. If he gets up, blop, Nakamura will be your new undisputed world champion if Finn Balor does not kick out here. It was like 3 Kinshasa, so a good effort by Finn Balor. Can he kick out? No. Shinsuke Nakamura is your undisputed Universal Champion of Monday Night Raw. Started out, Mr. McMahon said there were going to be 128 men past, present, and future taking part of this tournament. 128 men turned into 32-ish, then to 16, then to 8, then the final 4, Nakamura, Jeff Hardy, Brock Lesnar, Finn Balor, the who's who of World Wrestling Entertainment. It came down to Finn Balor, who was the Universal Champion going into this tournament. He kind of got screwed, if you ask me. Maybe he'll search for a rematch. Came down to Finn Balor and Nakamura, and Nakamura able to come out on top and become the undisputed Universal Champion. Can he carry this momentum into a lengthy title run, or will whoever the next challenger be dethrone the king of strong style? We're gonna have to see in the next video, which will be the December pay-per-view going all the way into WrestleMania. That's gonna be my next little bit of videos that I put out. WrestleMania 5 might be a shortened version compared to WrestleMania 4 and 3 of Universe Mode, just to get these videos out quicker. I don't know if 2K18 has dropped yet on my channel. NBA 2K19 is what I'm asking, or what I'm talking about. But if that one already came out, go show that one some love if you're done here. If not, go check out some of my other content. WWE 2K19 coming out October. I'm hoping to get those videos out as soon as the game releases, but I need to get these out first, these 2K18 ones, because the story matters in terms of who the champions are going to be going into the next series, 2K19. But until then, thanks for watching this Survivor Series, which was, I think, a great success. Tournaments are always fun, especially one with this much implications. Universal Champion Nakamura, undisputed Universal Champion Nakamura. There's only one brand now, so everybody's going to be on Monday Night Raw. The roster might get reduced some, so there's not a lot of people just not doing anything. Might get rid of some legends that I had on the roster for no apparent reason, like Booker T or Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, The Rock. I had him on my roster, but I just never used him because I don't really like using older guys unless it's for something special. Triple H, The Undertaker, so on and so forth. So yeah, one show, Monday Night Raw, going from here until I decide to change it. But for now, Mystery Man, I can't rule over Vince what Vince wants, right? So Monday Night Raw, the only show now. One world championship. Shinsuke Nakamura is that world champion. And we're gonna have to see how all this stuff plays out. There hasn't been any other title defenses in like 5 months since SummerSlam, so we need to get those championships defended immediately. But until then, thanks for watching. Give the video a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe. And follow us on Twitter at WG2AMING. Links will be in the description for anything that you might need. With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. See y'all next time.